Hi, my name is Kassi Deck-Marcia, and I'm auditioning for the role of Audition. Come in, you short little man, because I have the best story. Okay, so first day of summer, I'm in Grand Old Vine Station with this boy named Justin. And we're at his house watching TV on the couch, and mind you, I'm already dating Jake. Actually, I'm still dating him, actually enough, but Justin is a friend of mine from when I was a kid, and so we're watching TV and literally chatting about the SATs or something, and Justin puts his arm around me, and I think, oh, that's nice. We've been friends for so long, and this is totally comfortable. And then we're just chatting, and then I'm in the middle of a sentence about analogies or something, and then, like a hawk, he reaches down and he honks my boob. Honk. A much too firm 2 to 3 second honk. And the first thing I thought was, okay, how do I extricate this claw from my boob before it leaves permanent marks? And second thing I thought was, I can't wait to tell Scooby and the Colonel. Who's the guy that's not laughing at my very funny story? Those are the biggest shorts in the state of Alabama. I have to find Scooby and tell him about the honk. Have you seen him? Alright, meet you at the lake in a few minutes then. So do you really memorize last words? JFK. Oh, is it now? That's awful. I shouldn't laugh. But I will. Okay, Mr. Famous Last Words Boy. I have one for you. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The General in This Labyrinth. Absolutely one of my favorites. It's about Simon Bolivar. It's a historical novel, so I don't know if it's true, but do you know what his last words are? No, you don't. But I'm about to tell you in your parting remarks. He, that's Simon Bolivar, was shaken by the overwhelming revelation that the headlong race between his misfortunes and his dreams was at that moment reaching the finish line. The rest was darkness. Damn it, he sighed. How will I ever get out of this labyrinth? That's the mystery, isn't it? Is the labyrinth living or dying? Just he trying to escape the world or the end of it? No. I've maybe read a third of them, but I'm going to read them all. I call it my life's library. Every summer since I was little, I've gone to garage sales and bought whichever books looked interesting. So I'd always have something to read, but there's so much to do. Cigarettes to smoke, sex to have, swings to swing on. I'll have more time for reading when I'm old and boring. It reminded me of the Colonel when he first got here. We were both scholarship kids with a shared interest in booze and mischief. He's smart, but he hadn't done much living when he got here. When he got to the creek. But I got rid of that problem quickly. By November, I got him his first girlfriend. Perfectly nice, non-weekday warrior named Janice. He dumped her after a month because she was too rich for his poverty-soaked blood, but whatever. We pulled our first prank that year. We built passion for the thin layer of marbles. We've progressed some since then, of course. You're smart like him. Quieter, though. And cuter, but I didn't even just say that because I love my boyfriend. Yeah, don't worry, Pudge. If there's one thing I can get you, it's a girlfriend. Let's make a deal. You figure out what the labyrinth is and how to get out of it, and I'll get you laid. When you're walking home at night, do you ever get scared and creeped out, and even though it's silly and embarrassing, you just want to run home? Run, 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 run. Guess you went for a swim, huh? Give me a break. Come on. You know what? There are people with real problems. I've got real problems. Mommy ain't here, so buck up, big guy. Nothing you can do? I'm unpredictable. Don't you hate Dr. Ryan? Don't you? He's so condescending. Do you always leave new clothes? Funny. You weren't wearing much last night. Come on, Fudge. I'm teasing. You have to be tough here. I didn't know how bad it was, and I'm sorry, and they'll regret it, but you have to be tough. Always comes up eventually. Alright, so my mom was something of a hippie when I was a kid. You know, wore oversized sweaters she knit herself, smoked a lot of pot, etc. And my dad was a real Republican type. And so when I was born, my mom wanted to name me Harmony Springs Young, and my dad wanted to name me Mary Frances Young. And so instead of naming me Harmony or Mary, they agreed to let me decide. So when I was little, they called me Mary. I mean, they called me Sweetie or whatever, but like on school forms and stuff, they wrote Mary Young. And then on my 7th birthday, my present was that I got a my name. Cool, huh? So I spent the whole day looking at my dad's globe for a really cool name. And so my first choice was Chad, like the country in Africa. But then my dad said that was a boy's name. So I picked Alaska. Later, I found out what it means. It comes from the Aleut word, Alaska. It means that which the sea breaks against, and I love that, but at the time, I just saw Alaska up there, and it was big. Just like I wanted to be, and it was down far away from Pine Station, Alabama. Just like I wanted to be. Getting out isn't that easy. Like, after college, you know what I want to do? Teach disabled kids. I'm a good teacher, right? Shit, if I can teach a pre-calc, I can teach anybody. Like, maybe kids with autism. No. I'm not going to be one of those people who just sits around talking about what they're going to do. I'm just going to do it. Imagining the future is kind of nostalgia. You spend your whole life stuck in the labyrinth, thinking about how you'll escape it one day and how awesome it will be, and imagining that future keeps you going, but you never do it. You just use the future to escape the present. Blue Citrus needs its own car commercial. It's small, it's slow, and it's shitty, but it runs. Sometimes. Blue Citrus, see your local used car dealer. You never get me. That's the whole point. No right to condescend to us, that's all I'm saying. Like, Pudge is done with staring out the window, and I'm done with going on tirades about it, but he's a terrible teacher and you won't convince me otherwise. It must have been some weekday work, but apparently they think it was the colonel, so who knows? Maybe the eagle just got lucky. She was stupid, she got caught, she got expelled. It's over. I don't understand why you're so obsessed with figuring out everything that happens here. Like, we have to unravel every mystery. It's over. So you gotta stop stealing other people's problems and get some of your own. Anyway, I thought the way he treated you was just awful. I wanted to cry. I just wanted to kiss you and make it better. You're adorable. Too bad I love my boyfriend. That made me not be mad at you anymore. Rapping is sexy. Pudge, did you even know that you're in the presence of the sickest MC in Alabama? Y'all smoke to enjoy it. I smoke to die. It's not life or death. The labyrinth. Suffering. Doing wrong things and having wrong things happen to you. That's a problem. We'll leave out was talking about the pain, not about the living or dying. How do you escape the labyrinth of suffering? Nothing's wrong, but there's always suffering, Pudge. Homework, or malaria, or having a boyfriend who lives far away when there's a good-looking boy lying next to you. Suffering is universal. It's one thing Buddhists, Christians, and Muslims are all worried about. Shh. Shh. Don't run. I'm sorry. I don't understand why I screw everything up. Scared is my excuse. Scared is the excuse everyone has always used. It's not just that. It's everything. But I told the colonel in the car. We were sleeping in the back, and he said he'd never let me out of his sight during pranks. That he couldn't trust me on my own, and I don't blame him. I don't even trust me. Will you, there's no home. I try not to be scared, you know, but I still ruin everything. I still fuck up. Don't you know who you love, Pudge? You love the girl who makes you laugh and shows you porn and drinks wine with you. You don't love the crazy sullen bitch. Best day of my life was January 9th, 1997. I was 8 years old, and my mom and I went to the zoo on a class trip. She liked monkeys, and I liked the bears. Best day ever. End of story. The day after my mom took me to the zoo where she liked the monkeys and I liked the bears, it was Friday. I got home from school. She gave me a hug and told me to do my homework so I could watch TV later. Went up to my room. She sat down at the kitchen table, I guess, and she screamed, and I ran out, and she had fallen over. And I freaked out. I should have called 911, but I just started screaming and crying until finally she fell asleep and she stopped jerking, and I thought she had fallen asleep, and whatever had hurt didn't hurt anymore. So I just sat there with her on the floor until my dad got home an hour later, and he's screaming, "Why didn't you call 911?" and trying to give her CPR, but by then she was plenty dead. And here's him. First day. I win. You drink. Well, not after that first moment, but yeah, how could he not? Yeah, I was a little kid. Little kids can dial 911. They do it all the time. Give me the light.